All right, I don't even know if you guys can hear. You know what? Screw it. This is me. This is just me. I've always stayed away from the camera, and I've always just been on the sidelines or whatever and stuff. But this is me. um, you know what? I just figured I'm gonna just start videotaping, filming, whatever you want to call it, my day-to-day stuff. Uh, whatever it is that I do. I'm just a nobody. I'm literally just a person just like you guys. One that goes through my day to day life doing, playing a part of the shit show. So this is, as you can see, everything's frosted over. Just scrape the windows and stuff like that for my sis for her to go on her way. And today, my task, I'm going to build a box garden, an above ground box garden for my aunt, because now it's difficult for her to tend to her ground level gardens and stuff like that. And so I have a whole bunch of plants growing inside, tomatoes, sage, cucumbers. I don't know. I won't go through the list, but I have a bunch of stuff growing indoors, getting ready for after the last frost, which should be about mid-June, probably second week of June. We should be through the frost around here. I can bring everything outside. I'm just trying to get everything ready, and my whole point to this video is to show you, the average person. I mean, the literally you. Yes, you, the person watching this. It's not a friggin' exact science. There's so much horrible information out there. People trying to be professional, people insisting that they know how to do it, and not admitting that they are terrified that they're going to fail every time they plant a seed, every time they transplant a seed, every time they're trying to figure out a ratio. The truth is, every one of them know that they're going to lose a bunch of their seeds, they're going to lose or whatever stuff sometimes. They don't walk you through the fact that it's not an exact science. I'll take you on a walk here before I get going on the garden. I've been seeing a whole bunch of stuff online where, particularly with compost, they're telling you, I've seen so much. It's not that difficult. Everybody overcomplicates things. For whatever reason, I've seen tons and tons of videos where they tell you 50-50 ratio, carbon, nitrogen. That is utter horse shit. That is completely wrong. It's wrong from top to bottom. Yes, they get it right that you don't want to add meats, you don't want to add dairy, you don't want to add or whatever stuff. But they're completely wrong in the aspect of 50-50. Whoever tells you 50-50 carbon nitrogen ratio, call them out on it. Tell them that they learned something on YouTube. They're just another follower on YouTube or whatever stuff, and that they are wrong. Because you can go up to, science says 30-1 carbon to nitrogen. But of course, none of us, we're not scientists. We're not able to test how much carbon we have in our leaves, in our cardboard, in our paper, or whatever, but you want to have a much higher carbon ratio than nitrogen. Another thing I do, I'm just going to show you really quick. I actually add sugar water a little bit, just a one-time dose. It doesn't matter. You can literally use syrup, molasses, sugar, or whatever, just to spice the water up in a one-time dose. Well, I'm going to show you something really quick. This is day 8. I think this is day number 8 on these compost piles. I'll show them to you really quick. The other compost pile I'm going to show you is a younger one. I think I started it 2 days later. I'll show it to you now. This obviously isn't a professional production. I'm hoping that I have the camera in the right spot, and I'm hoping that you can hear me. So I'm going to poke into this pile here, and let's see what we have. You can literally see the steam just boiling off of it, right? This is hot. It's doing its thing. I won't bore you with everything that I do, but typically at that point I just bring stuff up from the sides, bring it in, and I just properly mix it. I try to equal everything out. As you can see around the edges, you can see that there are leaves that are not composted. In fact, this I don't have a bottom in it, so you can see that there's stuff that comes up in the corners, but there's no science to it. I find in this day and age, everybody, they get so hung up on trying to be perfect on everything. Don't be perfect. Be you. But take the time to do the right stuff, to do the right things. Nothing more, nothing less. Don't let it stress you out. Think about it and say, oh, did I stir the compost pile today? Did I do that, or whatever stuff? That is what makes us tick. That is literally what makes us tick. You're human. I'm human. Hi, my fellow humans. We are who we are. As my granddad always told me, like, you want to take on a challenge, you want to do something, learn it, do the best that you can do, and then you'll know how good you can do it. And while you're doing it, if you come up with better ideas along the way that makes it easier for somebody else, that makes the whole process better, speak up, let them know. Say, hey, there's an easier way to do this. There's a better way to do this. That is how we perfect stuff. Look at this. Look at this. All of this, it was